Macy from Macy's Reading Corner. I'm back with part 8 of Michael Vey, Book 7, The Final Spark by Richard Paul Evans. Part 8, Chapter 14, Salvageable Depth. About an hour after the Elgin's last transmission, the cop said, "I guess Hatch isn't going to blow us up. Either we're not at a salvageable depth," Walsh replied, "or Quentin succeeded." "We are at a salvageable depth," the cop said, "so Quentin succeeded." "He can still track us," the cop said. "Yes, but what can he do about it?" "He'll think of something," Quentin said. "Hatch always has a card up his sleeve." Walsh slowly nodded. "You've got to give it to him. He's a genius of chaos." "What do you think he'll do now?" Quentin asked. "If I were Hatch, I'd try to intercept us before we refueled," Walsh said. "How would he do that?" Quentin said. "The only boat of his that we didn't sink is the Edison. I think we're too far along for him to catch us," the cop said. But he has friends," Walsh said. "Let's just hope that they're not in the area." Part 9, Chapter 15, The Edison. It had been more than 30 hours since Hatch had slept, and after he hung up with the secretary of Lorenzo, he went to his quarters, leaving strict instruction to be disturbed only in the case of a dire emergency. That call came almost 12 hours later from E.G. Amon. Admiral General, we have a crisis developing." "What kind of crisis?" "The natives are restless," Amon said. "They're preparing to attack. Our island?" "Not yet. It's best I show you. I'm in the war room." "I'll be right there," Hatch said. He climbed out of bed, poured a glass of scotch, and then walked down to the corridor where E.G. Amon was waiting outside the door. "What's going on?" "We have footage, sir," Amon said. He walked with Hatch to the side of the room covered with monitors. A third of the monitors were static. "Why don't we have images on Eris or Dementor?" "The cameras have been destroyed, sir, but we picked this up on the footage before they were taken out." Amon turned to the technician. Roll airs video 6 and 7. "Yes, sir." One of the screens showed the Vey dock with the ES regulator approaching. Suddenly, men appeared over the side of the ship, pointing guns at Elgin. "Who's that?" Hatch asked. "Tevaluians. Keep watching." The dock workers tied up the ship, and then one of the dock workers opened a host of Elgin guard ran out. "Our men?" "No, they're Tevaluians wearing our uniforms." Then Anile walked out of the boat. "Who's that?" Hatch asked. "That's Anile Saluni. He is the grandson of Prime Monkey Saluni." Just then, one of the soldiers pointed a gun at the camera, then blew it out. The camera went static. The other video was from the side dock of the building. The men went walking inside. They pulled a map from the wall. Saluni pointed towards the camera, and one of the men walked over and shot it out as well. "That's enough," Amon said. He turned to Hatch. "Saluni appears to be leading them. We've lost all contact with Ares. Where did Saluni come from?" "He was imprisoned on Hades, so he survived." "He survived, and it appears to be leading a revolt." "Where are soldiers on Vadapu?" "No open communication. It would appear that the Tevaluians have overthrown the island." "Where did they get the boats?" "We've identified the boats as the Regulator, the Pulse, the Proton, and the Neutron. They're agricultural ships from Dementor." "Have you contacted Dementor?" Dementor are these screens right here," Amon said, pointing at more static screens. "Same story. Cameras out, no one's home." "How many soldiers does Saluni have?" "We have no way of knowing how many he took from Hades, but there were a little more than 500 workers on Dementor. There were limited arms on Dementor, so I'm guessing that he took the people, then commanded the boats and sailed to Ares for more weapons. If he's gotten to the Ares armory, they'll be completely armed." "Where is he now?" "We don't know. We'd expect that he's preparing to sail here." Hatch turned white. "Where are our soldiers?" They're coming, sir. We expect 200 by midnight. Initiate a curfew. Any Funafuti resident seen outside their homes after dark will be shot on sight. Set up patrols on all landing sites. If they try to dock, we'll blow it up. We don't need to, Admiral General, Amon said. We still have the Edison. She's undermanned, but still fully operational. Hatch's demeanor changed from anger to delight. He laughed. Of course, the Edison. EEG, this is excellent news. Here I've been worried about the natives rising up against us, and Saluni has done the greatest possible service. He's gathered all of our enemies together and put them on undefensible, lumbering, unarmed cattle boats. He might as well have sailed his rebels here in coffins. They'd be easy targets for our battle cruiser. We blow them out of the water long before they reach our island. We just have to make sure they never reach our island. How are our surveillance drones? Operational. Perfect. Send them out. Order Edison to prepare to sail. Find the Teluvian rebels, then alert me. Hatch turned to go. Yes, Admiral General. Where are you going, sir? I'm going back to bed, EEG. Finally, I can sleep easy. Vey's dead. We'll bury Saluni and his revolution in the sea. Soon I'll have the jewel, Welch, and the glows back in my hand. Everything's going our way. I'll see you in the morning. Good night, sir. Sleep well. Hatch smiled. You can be certain I will, EEG. You can be certain I will. We'll be ready for part 10.